Hey ladies, this is Mike from Old Kidz on the Block, and today's episode is for you guys, okay? We are officially introducing Women Wine Wednesdays, okay? It's all about you. We had you guys ask questions about men that you wanted to know, and we are going to answer those questions while we partake in a little bit of wine, okay? So, go ahead and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Bing!
We're going to try and get
Bing!
We're going to try and get through
Bing!
This is Old Kidz on the Block. New episodes weekly. Come hang out. We're going to try and get through all the questions that we had this week when we got them. If we can't, we may do a part 2 to this episode.
No, we probably will.
We most likely will do a part 2 to this episode. So, without further ado, let's introduce the first question.
Sorry, guys, look at my lunch. All right, first question of the night.
Wait. This is for the ladies. So if you got a dong, you better step out. Okay? This is questions for men.
Bye, man.
Damn it. What am I trying to say?
From women.
This is a question from women, about men, for women, not for men. Get out of here.
No huevos. No huevos fritos aquí.
Women Wine Wednesday. Women Wine Wednesday. Say it with me again.
Women Wine Wednesday.
Let's do it. Oh, don't touch me. Stupid.
What is with both of you? Get out
All
of
right,
here.
first question of the
guys.
night. Do guys ever
Yes.
compare dick sizes? Show me. Bing.
Yes, we
do.
talk about it. We bring it up. It's just what we do. We're men. Most of us are growers, not showers.
My doctor told me that.
So yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Men do definitely compare dick sizes.
Totally.
Maybe not pulled out in front of each other, but we definitely compare.
No.
Yeah.
No, we whip them out.
It depends how close you are with your group, you know.
No, get
No.
out. Super close. But there's always that one kid who's
Louie,
like,
show
yeah, I have
us.
9 inches.
Yeah, 9 inches my ass. Okay. Ladies, you asked this question. Do you guys have a favorite flower? And I will answer that question with another question. What the hell is a flower? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I do love flowers. I think they're absolutely beautiful. I wish I could have a green thumb so I can grow some. My favorite flower is going to be the white rose.
I have a brown thumb.
Ignore him.
Yeah.
What's your favorite flower?
Counter offer to that. I actually favorite flower is it's a rare black rose.
Black rose.
Louie has to go
Black
rare.
rose. Mine is not exactly a flower as much as it is a weed. It's green. You can put it in something, and if you burn it, no, I'm kidding. My favorite flowers are sunflowers for sure. I like sunflowers.
Those are so pretty.
Yeah, they are.
It's amazing that flower didn't have like a dumbbell or biceps on it that you're
I like
like.
sunflowers. They look nice. They're big.
That's it.
Ask.
My favorite flower is a lotus flower. We're gonna leave it at that.
No, wait, pause. Everybody, let's take a sip from wine for the ladies.
All right.
Can we clink, please?
Clink.
Clink. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving
Now
on
it's
to
officially the 3 W's now.
All right, now we're gonna move on to our next question, which will go to Scooby over here.
Sorry.
Can I get there
I'm sorry,
first?
go ahead.
What is the first thing men notice about women?
Eyes.
Smile.
Smile and teeth. Yes.
And teeth?
Miles likes the teeth. He likes to collect them. He's a
Teeth are important.
I'm the tooth fairy.
It's just weird that that's the first thing you look for, though, is just staring straight into the mouth.
Okay, if you have a nice smile, I would hope that you have straight teeth.
You didn't say smile.
I said smile.
You
and
said
teeth. That's
teeth.
I said teeth and smile, and I pointed to Mike.
I need you to have teeth.
The old kids on the block do not condone collecting teeth the way Miles does.
Give me those
What do you?
I would say tattoos. Tattoos, because literally it's like already like reading a book about them. You already get to see kind of what they're about.
I don't get it.
A pretty girl goes up to you and she has a sweater.
I kind of try to look past the sweaters.
Yeah.
Look, there's
Well,
tattoos.
besides tattoos, what will be your next choice?
Piercings.
For God's
You
sakes.
really have a very specific type of girl, don't you?
Not
Yeah.
eyes,
Well, there's
hair.
nothing wrong with that, I guess.
No, there's no issue with that. Okay, let's all be honest though. If we see a girl coming, and let's say into the gym, and she has a beautiful body, I mean, an immaculate body, great breasts, nice hip, nice butt.
You relax.
You notice that's one thing that we do notice too, is a really great body, and it's not something to be like shameful about. Like, yes, you see a beautiful body, you're gonna appreciate the body, but what I notice first personally is teeth. Like, smile.
See, he
Miles
said,
is making me sound
see,
like
he said teeth
the
too.
tooth collector. Okay.
Honestly, all jokes aside, now that I think about it, I would say the laugh. If you have a cute laugh, I don't know what it is. That is not an example.
What if she has a sponge?
Do you love me?
It's the eyes for me, man. Eyes
I don't know. If the laugh is to the point where I kind of have to like, ugh, every time, I don't know if I can do it.
Okay, so
so shallow.
what's the key to a healthy relationship? Now, this is a tough one, but aside from the obvious, which is communication,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, in my personal opinion, is a good sense of humor.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you guys need to be able to joke around with each other, and there has to be plenty of laughs in a relationship. So
Yep.
I 100% agree with that with Gabe, what he said. But what would you say, Louie?
Get back to me on that. I'm gonna have to think about it.
Okay. Mine will be trust. You have to be able to trust each other.
Okay. Yeah, I think what's really important for a relationship is definitely the sex in a relationship. It has to be fluid. It has to be evenly distributed.
Healthy.
It has to be healthy. It has to be healthy sex in a relationship. I think is super important.
All right, Louis.
I don't know. It's such a thick question, honestly, because there's so many things that it honestly takes to actually get into it to keep a good relationship. There's a lot of aspects to it, and to kind of pick one out of it. Because I feel like there's a lot. Like, honestly, like it's not just always one little hook.
Yeah, but imagine like we asked a question where you pick one.
I'm gonna drink some wine.
Oh, okay. I'll drink some with you. Isn't Brittany such a bitch?
I hate her.
I don't know. You kind of threw me off by saying
All right,
next
Okay,
question.
next question. I'm sorry, guys. He's illiterate.
Oh, this is to get.
Here you go, Gabby. Wait, did you read one?
Oh, sorry.
There you go, Miles. He's had too much wine.
Oops. All right. Why is it cool for guys to have sex with multiple girls, but if a woman or women has sex with multiple guys, why is she a whore?
I think that's bull. I honestly think that's bull. So we're all millennials, and I think that as we have grown up with our generation, it has become less of a stigma for women to sleep around. Everybody has sexual desires. Everybody wants to, get with somebody that they find attractive, and I don't think there needs to be any negative behind it. Basically, that's my answer.
I think I personally think that's old way of thinking. I personally don't care what your past is. If I like you and we're in a relationship, it really doesn't matter to me how many guys you've been with. So I feel like that's a really ancient question. It's just I guess your upbringing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's really a numbers thing, to kind of be honest with you. Like, I feel like if you're doing a lot of people at the same time and like the others kind of don't know about it and like you're kind of breaking some hearts about it, yes, you're kind of a whore. But if we're just talking about like numbers and stuff like that, like you slept with this one guy, cut things off, went on to the next one, do whatever you got to do. Do whatever makes you happy, because like we're in this for a short time, not a long time. So enjoy yourself. But if you're breaking hearts and you know about it and you just don't give a shit,
You're an ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Male or
100%.
female.
Yeah.
Male or
Regardless,
female.
regardless.
I think it's more of a girl on girl hate thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
With Gabe all day. It's an old question. I think the response has just always been out there. And again, I think it's like Mike said, usually women are the ones that are usually saying it, not really guys. I think it's just other girls not liking that chick, and that's the easiest insult to go to.
that's true. I feel like whenever like guys are sleeping with multiple girls, it's always like, yeah, man.
Yeah, but
Awesome.
even women still call girls whores, even though they don't sleep around.
Yeah, I think
It's
men joke around about it, but I
That's
think
true.
women are actually the ones that you have to deal with. Women talking about women sleeping with guys and putting that negative stigma. That's what it is, personally.
Mm-hmm.
What are the things women do for men that means a lot? I really love when a girl can cook a good meal for you. My girl is a chef. Basically, she has her own business. If you can make a nice meal for your guy, I think it means so much more than you think. It's more of a nurturing thing. It goes back to like your mom, when your mom cooks a meal for you, you're appreciative of it. When your girl does the same thing, you kind of get like that nurturing feeling, and you grow to love them more. Does it sound weird or no?
No,
I
it
get what
doesn't
you're
matter.
saying.
I think
I love my mom and I love my girlfriend.
Yeah. For me, I think it's the small things that they do for you. Like like they fold your laundry, you know, like you come in from work or something, you put your bag down and the bags are already put away for you, you know.
Wow. Miles just wants a woman
think
to,
that's
do
amazing.
all the work for him.
What is this?
Well, she already
think,
does. Thank you, babe.
Understanding your time, understanding when you need your own time. Like, for example, my girlfriend knows that the gym is my time, and she would never try and take that away from me. She would never complain about me going to the gym. Whenever we get into arguments, it wasn't always like this, but she understands me now where I need my space. And that's also important, knowing when someone needs their space.
Mm-hmm.
So like when they give you a little bit of space, that means a lot to you.
Yeah, well, just like I used to be with someone who, when I'm not the type of person where if I'm upset and you badger me and you continue to be in my face, that's not good. It's not the way. I don't react positively to that. And the fact that she knows to just let me be, I may storm out, I may act like an idiot. If you just let me be, I will look over what I've done and said, and I will 100% of the time come back, say I'm sorry for being an asshole, and and everything. But just give me that space to collect myself, and that means a whole lot.
Louie?
I'm not gonna. No, I'm with Gabe a little bit on it. Like, me time is very important to always know. Just like sometimes men just need to be able to talk to themselves for a minute instead of just saying the first thing that's gonna pop on their mind. To actually sit and take down. Like, gotta know when men just need their space.
I'll let you know. Well, yeah, you women are really good about when you want to say something, you can say it clearly and concisely right off the bat, and you almost always are right about what you say. But I don't know, for me personally, it's hard for me to have a rebuttal that's good enough to combat what you just said. So I just get mad and want to get silent.
Because I'm not good at expressing myself on the spot.
Yeah.
I
It
have
takes
to
me a
think
second. I need
about
to go in the shower and I need to have like 27 different arguments with you in the shower in my head. And then eventually I'll come out with the perfect pitch, which is usually not perfect at all.
Pretty much. All right, next question.
If a guy hits on the first night versus after a month or two, does that really determine if you are wife material?
All right.
I don't think that's true.
I will say that if we have sex fast, quickly, it does make me take you a little less seriously.
Okay.
I will say it. I mean, but there's also the fact that that's how me and my girl started out. And, we just went in it just because we were sexually attracted.
I think that's
to
how
each
a lot
other.
of relationships start.
But it grew naturally. But before that, I mean, if you let me hit pretty quickly, it was just like, okay, on to the next.
I say it depends on the person. Sometimes you have an immediate physical and emotional reaction. Those ones are fine to go into for the first date and everything. But there are going to be some that are already kind of like scarred for a bit and they're going to need their walls up. Like someone just screwed them over. And like they do understand you're not the same person, but you can't erase a scar. You know what I mean? So sometimes you do got to give it a while. And I think you do. It comes out a little bit more rewarding and everything. But
So you think that it's more rewarding for a girl to make you wait for it?
I agree.
not more rewarding per se.
The question was kind of laid out like,
Yeah.
if you hit on the first date, do you take them less serious, basically?
No, like are
Not
they
really.
Are
It
they
depends
wife
on the
material?
person. Like
So
sometimes it's immediate, but sometimes it does take a while.
I know it sounds like we were just talking about the last question, but I think communication, like right in the beginning, like I like you, you like me, you guys have a good time, you guys have sex on the first night, but you guys like each other, you guys like spending quality time. Yeah, they could be wife material. It like Louie said, depends on the person. It's not with everybody. Sometimes
See,
it's not like that.
to me, if you make me wait and that anticipation builds, it just makes it's just a whole lot better.
Is a month or two too long?
Yeah, I think a month or two is way too long.
That's tough, but I feel like if I really liked you, it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
And that's just the truth. If I really liked you, it definitely wouldn't be too
So-
long. And that's what you have to consider. It's if you make this guy wait and he doesn't stick around, then he wasn't worth it in the first place.
So before we move on to
So-
the next question, so the answer, a yes or no, does it make them wife material if you hit on the first night? What's your answer?
Hey, that's a tough one. You could be because a spark might be there and you could act on that spark. But I'd say, yeah, it does matter. It does matter.
Okay, Louie, your turn.
I don't know. I can't give yes or no. This one's a very gray area for me. Just like I said, depends on the person.
I don't think it matters, personally.
I don't
I don't think it
matters
determines whether you can be a wifey material or not. I think if you have that connection
Mm-hmm.
and you like that drive is so strong with you in the very beginning, it could immediately end out to being a relationship.
I think it's the quality of the person.
Ladies, these are good questions. I'm telling you, these are really good ones.
Gabe, this goes to Gabe. It's like Christmas morning.
It's like Christmas morning.
Why are y'all buttholes so hairy? You can't put it in a ponytail? Question mark.
You can put it in a ponytail.
Listen,
We grow hair.
we were never taught how to shave our buttholes. My mom never said, "Okay, here's a razor. This is how you do it."
Your mom never did that?
My dad never came in the bathroom and said, "Hey, look, after I teach you how to shave your face, I'm going to teach you how to shave your butthole." It didn't happen.
We didn't
So,
choose this.
I think because you don't see it.
Yeah,
It
and
doesn't.
it's-
Yeah. Like how often are we having people go around our ass? Like
if we were
Not very
given
often.
maybe a couple extra inches on our spine to be able to go through us
Yeah.
and shave it, maybe.
You'll
But
look,
we didn't choose to have these
So-
short ones.
so you'll look
You
back
feel
at
pretty
it.
vulnerable.
You
Honestly.
can't look back at it.
I will say this. I've had my butthole shaved by my girl recently. She put on some
wow,
goggles.
that's a trooper.
She put on some
Ooh.
goggles. She went down there with a trimmer, a
What
weed
goggles?
whacker to get rid of that dense forest. And it was a rainforest down there, man. But she did it, and I feel 10 pounds lighter. And Allie, you're number one. But yeah, man, it's just not something that you're taught. I don't know about you guys, but whenever like
I'm too afraid to learn at this point.
it's
Yep.
I don't
You
want
don't-
to. I don't want to nick my butthole.
exactly. You don't want to have a butthole.
I don't want
It's like the Mariana Trench.
What
We're
if
like
you're
we're
like-
curious about it, but we don't want to.
What if you like are holding your balls up and you're like doing it and the ball slips out and you nick the ball and the
Oh,
butthole?
okay, that's
Who
happened to me.
has these thoughts?
That's scary. I'm not gonna do
That's
it.
happened
Next
to me.
question after that.
All right, before we move on to the next question, and if you guys are enjoying this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes. Bing, bing, bing.
Da.
Okay.
I
sorry.
wouldn't.
All right, next question. If a guy says they enjoy talking and hanging out with you, but they don't want a relationship right now, should I move on?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't
I don't
waste your
think you
time.
should. I don't think you should move on. I think give it time.
How much time?
I see. I don't think anything more than a month. If you're attracted to them physically, and you let them know straight off the bat, and they tell you they don't want a relationship, give it a little while. It takes a little bit of time to warm up to somebody's personality, and they may be into you, but they're apprehensive at first. If it's longer than a month,
Go ahead.
if it's longer than a month, and they're just like dragging you along and kind of like teasing you, then yeah, move on.
Me and Gabe are on the same page. The thing about it is, if you like that person and that person's just like, I don't want a relationship, you're going to end up liking that person even more and trying to convince them, and you're going to end up hurting yourself if it doesn't turn out the way you want it in the end.
Exactly.
That's why I say, like,
I-
if you're straight up right in the beginning, you're like, listen, I like you, I want to kind of be with you, and they're like, you're cool, but I really don't want a relationship. And then you're like, okay, well, we can still hang out, be friends. And they're like, okay, that's cool. But they're being clear with you. You just start growing more feelings, and you're like, man, I really like this guy. I really like this guy. And then all of a sudden they're like, they ghost you all of a sudden. Then you can be hurt.
I feel like if somebody tells you their intentions, but you still act against them, if somebody's like, yeah, I don't really want a girlfriend, but you continue to kind of
Push
hang
and
out with
prod.
them and
Yep.
push it, and you can't be really surprised if they react negatively. And you can't be really surprised if they find something else, because it's just like they told you what they wanted from the beginning, and in a way it's on you. Nothing, not trying to say anything negative, but I definitely feel like if somebody says, I'm not into you, pack up and go.
Yeah.
Louie,
I would say don't stop talking to other people. Like if you already just kind of
Keep
say
your options open.
keep your options open. I like that.
exactly. Like don't just stop because of that one no and everything, and don't obsess over that
Yep.
one person. Like I wonder if I could just hang out with them a little bit longer. They could see, and I'll try again. In like I don't know, a couple months or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
that you asked once, you got to know. Do what you got to do. Just keep moving on.
Feel it out. Sorry, we're gonna move on to the next one. Just feel it out. If you see that, like Mike said, if you want to talk to me, hang out, that's fine. But feel it out. If you feel like this ain't going nowhere, then you need to just move on, because guess what? All of a sudden, they're not hanging out with you as much because they're talking to somebody else or whatever. You're gonna get obsessive. And you're gonna be like, man,
Time
why
is
didn't you just tell
precious.
me? Time is precious,
man.
you know.
I like these questions.
All right, there you go.
Do you guys care that your girl tells their best friend every detail of you guys? That depends on if the best friend is a fan or not a fan of me from the get-go. And you can tell that from the very beginning, because your girl will usually tell you, oh, she's not really the biggest fan of you, or like she'll say something subtle like that. So if the girl is not a fan of you, do not give any information to your best friend, because that best friend is going to just spin a negative web for you.
The intentions of their
Yeah.
best friend. If
So
they're
I personally have a throuple. I live with my I live with my girlfriend and her best friend.
What did you call it?
Throuple.
A thruple, right?
Thruple.
A throuple?
Okay.
But I'm like, I have such a good relationship
spoople.
with my girlfriend's best friend that, in a way, she's part of our relationship. She helps us through our fights. I mean, I could care less what. Like, this chick has seen my bare ass. She's helped me shave. Like she's the coolest person. Teresa, you're the shit. So, I mean, I could care less, and I think that's what it is. It's the relationship that you have with that person. Just like Mikey said, if it's a negative relationship, hell no, I don't.
Yeah,
want to
don't
talk
tell
about
me
it.
anything.
Nope.
You know, especially if it's something negative. So,
I think it's depends on who's the toxic other person too, because like sometimes it can just be like a shitty boyfriend, and the girl's just trying to like show her friend like, listen, he's kind of a douche, like, you know, he's done this, and this. But then again, you also do get that other friend who's like, you're not spending enough time with me, and only is shit talking about your boyfriend pretty much to get their friend back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really depends on how the talking is honestly going, but that really depends on what's going on. Why can't men piss inside a toilet?
Oh my God.
We get boners. We get hard.
I'll bring it to a little science of an aspect. When we get boners, we wake up with morning wood sometimes. It kind of squeezes your urethra, especially if you were having a little bit of funsies the night before. It's not always a straight shot. You get a V sometimes. Like, and sometimes it's not even like side to side. Sometimes it can be up
Sometimes
and down.
your eyes closed, and when you open it,
So
it's-
unfortunately, you ladies don't know the full anatomy of a male. Like, yes, there's a penis, but at the base of the penis, we have our head, and then we have a little pee hole. Just like you guys have a pee hole too. You're just underneath your clitoris hood, and a urethra right below that.
Science.
But when we pee sometimes, like when we have the pants on or boxers on,
It's hot
sometimes
out.
your skin, it kind of like pushes together where the pee hole is. When you start to pee, some of it opens up, but some of it doesn't, and you get a split stream effect for a couple seconds until it like opens up fully. So it is hard. Sometimes it comes out of nowhere. It's not.
And for all my unpeeled bananas out there, yo,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to, you got to pee real bad, and you have to pull back, and you have to aim all at the same time fast, and that's not
in the
easy to
morning,
do.
and you're half
In
asleep.
the morning,
Yeah,
you're
so-
half asleep, and you got to pee real bad, so got some
Also,
slack.
yeah. Also, some men are circumcised and uncircumcised.
Yeah,
which
I'm not
means-
gonna lie, I didn't know that was a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem for some men that are
You
circumcised.
got to pull back because if I mean the skin is scrunched up and you pee, you have no idea where that's gonna go.
You see, ladies, you don't even know about this. So we try our best. Now, what I think you're dealing with is you're probably dealing with men that are not cleaning up after themselves. Which
That's
is-
true.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a natural thing, but
Sons
you got to
of
clean up
guns.
after it because you see where it goes.
I even get a drop, and I'm talking Lysol napkin, like clean that, like I don't know what
You're on your hands and knees
Yeah.
scraping.
So
I don't
like,
play.
don't let a couple men who are nasty and lazy and piss all over the toilet seat take away from men who like will clean everything up afterwards.
How old are you? Pissing out the toilet seat. What's wrong with you?
Dude,
And
I,
not
you
cleaning
wouldn't
up.
believe we deal with it ourselves. We actually, when we have to use a bathroom in a public space,
Disgusting.
some of these men will, I don't know what the hell they're doing, if they're having a seizure while they're pissing, but they're peeing on the wall, on the urinal, everywhere. So no, not all men do that. Don't let one man decide that
Yes.
for all of us.
All right, cool. So moving on to the next question. Why do some guys think the best choice to stop talking to them or to women is to ghost them? Gabe, go first.
I think that's dependent on every man. I don't think that's the best way to go. If that was the case, why would I get your number in the first place?
Hey.
You know. So
I like numbers.
I feel like it's dependent on who you talk to.
I'm a mathematician, you know?
Yeah, I'm a math teacher.
I get as many as I can.
Go ahead, Louie. I know you're gonna say something.
Sorry, repeat the question one more time.
Why do
Men.
men feel that the best way to stop talking to a girl is to like ghost them completely? Some men. Some.
Not all.
I don't know.
Don't put us in a category.
That's a two-way street, to be honest.
Yeah, women do that very frequently,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah,
I feel like that's just a generation thing. I think that's
Is that a woman
think so?
wine Wednesday wine?
A special blend of women and wine
And Wednesdays, right?
and Wednesdays.
Wow,
Wow.
pour it out for the ladies. Show them.
Louis, continue.
anyway.
Why is it brown?
Oh my God.
We don't make the best wine. We're not winemakers. Sorry,
Uh,
but I do say, yeah, it
this-
really.
This looks like Coca-Cola. I just got it at Publix. It was $9. I was in a hurry. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's a two-way road with that one because, like you say, it sucks for men to do it, but women kind of do that too. I think that's, I don't know. That is definitely a generation thing because I feel like our generation was always taught to just like we want closure.
Yeah, I think I think it's an anxiety thing for some men. They don't know how to
That's
break
true.
it off with you. So the best thing they do is they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop talking to them completely. Maybe it'll be better for them. It doesn't work out. It makes you feel worse, and those guys are assholes. Let us know. Let the old kids know where they're at, and we'll go to their job and beat them up.
Yep.
Why are men so afraid of commitment, especially talking about marriage with your girl? I'll let you start off with that one.
Why me?
Wait, before we continue that, I was the last one to ask a question. I mean, you had to answer the.
Oh, my
Anyways,
apologies.
and besides,
Yeah.
no reason for that. It's just we have done this video twice already, and he actually had a pretty good point. the first
So
time
go
we
ahead
had
and read
this.
it again, Mike.
So go ahead and say
Why
what you
are
said.
men so afraid of commitment, especially talking about marriage with your girl?
I love it.
I don't know. I just think with my experience personally, I have seen plenty of relationships create and end with marriage. I don't know if there's like a... I don't know. Most marriages end in divorce, and that's a statistic. That's not me being a pessimist, and that's not me being a negative. It's just a realistic fact about the U.S. And I've seen it. And I've seen it, and I think the word commitment is scary, and it's just something.
I think it's scary. Yeah, it scares off a lot of men.
You need to work on it, and I don't know.
I think it's another anxiety thing, to be honest with you.
I'm sorry. 1 second. Let them get done with what they're doing.
Sorry, apologies.
He just had me smell whatever he's drinking. I'm sorry. That smells terrible.
Okay.
Did
Why?
you say that about women?
Why are men so afraid of commitment, especially when talking about marriage with a girl?
All right, so let's be honest. Life is a lot longer than what you think. So, like, my mom, one of my biggest people that I do look up to, she was actually with my now stepdad for
20 years.
No, I think it's actually was a little longer than that. I want to say it was like 25 maybe, but she was already married like 3 times before that. And like at the end of the day, when it comes to marriage, it's just love on a piece of paper. And in my opinion, if love is real, you don't need it on a piece of paper.
And I don't mean to call your mom out, but how many marriages has she had?
3. She was widowed once, so that was kind of outside of her control.
So 2.
So 2 that just fell through.
So again, I mean, back in the day when you got married, you got married. That's it. Like it was unheard of to get a divorce. Now it's like, I'm gonna marry you because I love you today, and I'm gonna divorce you in 2 years because I don't love you anymore. And it's so common, and all your finances get tied up, and it seems like a shitty.
I feel like the work after,
I'm getting
even like
anxious.
God forbid anyone has a divorce, but when they do it, everyone that I have, like I'm a notary, and like all the divorcees that's been coming in that needs to get notarized, I always like hear like their side of the story, and I'm like, Jesus.
Sounds horrible, right?
Yeah.
How many older men tell you guys don't get married?
Every single one
hear
I've
it.
ever worked with has told me do not
Yep.
get married.
Like even jokingly and in a seriously matter too.
Mm-hmm.
So think about us growing up and seeing all the relationships fail, seeing it firsthand, seeing people have kids with people that they're not in love with and have to be stuck with that person, then they end up breaking up anyways. Then
Even
all
now.
the people telling us every single time they see us, don't get married, don't rush it, don't do this. It's gonna make everybody apprehensive about it. Doesn't mean we're fully against it. It just means that we're a little bit more cautious when we're considering it.
Would your answer be different if it was like just the ceremony? Because in my opinion, like you can have a wedding and you can have the ceremony, you can have everything going on, but it's when it becomes pencil to paper that I'm like, if it's real, it doesn't have to be that.
If you're doing a ceremony, you're getting married.
Yeah.
It's the same ordeal,
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then I don't know, man.
Because that's always been my aspect of it. Like, get married, but I wouldn't want to put pencil
I
to
feel
paper.
like
That
it's
makes
a-
it
You
weird.
can get married, but you're right. It always comes down to a piece of paper.
At that point,
as
it's more of a
important.
soul level.
It's only as important as your partner's.
Yes.
You know, if your partner thinks getting married is important, then, you know, maybe we should have a talk.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah,
Upfront.
if your partner's feeling it big time, but what if one partner's feeling it and the other one's not, but they still love them?
Something that they have to talk about.
Yeah.
And they have
You
to, they have to
either-
get through.
Mhm.
You know, it's never going to be perfect.
That's when we came. Sorry to interrupt you, Gabe, but it comes down to like being upfront at first. It's like when we talked about should a girl move on or should keep talking to the person. If upfront somebody's telling you, listen, I want kids, I want to have marriage in it, and you're like, I don't know if I want that, and should we continue this or
Don't waste time.
Interesting.
Yeah, time is an illusion.
Oh God. Why don't men cry or show when they are upset in front of girls?
We're not supposed to cry ever.
Yeah.
I wear my heart on my sleeve. If I'm upset, you
Where?
will know I'm upset. If we have to talk about something, I will call you out, and it's vice versa. Me and my girl are like that. Whenever she's upset, trust me, she will tell me. So I feel like that's dependent on every guy.
Do you cry?
As far as the crying thing, no, but it's not like it's a choice. It's just I've never. The only things that can make me cry are like sad movies, some of them. But it's just
But
like,
not cry, like
yeah,
tear up, like your
yeah,
eyes
tear up
well and you
because
get a little
it's-
hot. That's
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've never gotten so upset or so sad to the point where I'm just like I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
And that's I don't feel
Well,
like that's
it's
not
the way
crazy.
it's the way we're raised, especially in our environment and culture. Yeah, you're not supposed to cry at an early age when you like fall and hurt yourself. Like get up, like be a man up. And so like we just grow up not showing that particular emotion. I can't tell you the last time I cried. Honestly, I would have
Yeah.
to sit down and really think
Yeah.
about
The
it.
only
I
time,
can't
the last time
remember.
I actually shed tears in front of you guys and Allie was when my mom died. That was over 2 years ago. I don't cry. I get upset and I'll tell you I'm upset, but I'm not gonna shed tears in that.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
as a guy who wouldn't, I would say it's mostly like if you straight up has a guy who just doesn't, showed his soft side at some point and just got a bad reaction out of it. Happened to me.
You did?
Huh?
You did?
What?
You showed a soft side?
I showed my soft side and I just got like negativity back. Ever since that, it's happened twice. I promised myself I would never let it happen again.
Here's the thing, ladies. You want us to show our soft sides.
Yes.
You want us to cry. But the second your man starts to show that soft side, I feel like you're going to give a reaction kind of like, what? Why is he crying? Like, that's so weird that he's crying. You know, you ask for it, but then when you get it, if you give that reaction, then we're going to be like, okay, I'm never showing that again, you know?
And I feel like that's what's going on. We're afraid of that reaction. Not that every woman is going to act like that.
this, like,
Yeah, but we're
know?
like, I feel like if you show a little bit of softness, you're afraid that your girl's going to look at you like
that's not a man.
you're a
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
you're a little, you
Yep.
know,
You're all of a sudden not a man no more because he cries. He's sensitive.
like especially with us, all of us, we've had Hispanic upbringings, and our dads are older Hispanic dudes with certain, their upbringing was a certain way. So it's like I know all of you guys grew up with like men don't cry.
Yeah, you're basically only allowed to cry when somebody dies.
Men don't show this, men do this, men do that. It's like every other freaking thing. It's like, hey, a man doesn't do this. Hey, a man does this. And it's just like, oh, you just grow up with these expectations. So it's tough.
All right, we're gonna move on
Next.
to the last question. We have time for just one more question. I'm gonna have Gabe bring us home. Here you go, Gabe.
Last question. I wanted to answer more for the ladies.
What's something women do that you guys admire but don't want to admit it? Dang, that's a good one. What do I admire that women do but I don't want to admit? I don't think there isn't anything that a woman does that I wouldn't admit. That
you
enjoy. That's something that I admire. I enjoy when a woman is brave. I enjoy
Yeah.
when they're spontaneous, especially if you come up to me first. That's surprising. I've rarely had that, and I feel like that would be
Something to admire.
profession.
Something to admire.
So
You know.
what the question is?
No,
What's the question? I'm so sorry.
All right, you slipped it.
Because I think I have something, but I gotta like read it.
There you go.
What's something women do that you guys admire but don't want to admit it? I like when a girl is financially independent.
Ooh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's
a
yep.
good one.
Making the big bucks.
She
Yeah.
doesn't need any help from me. Doesn't need me, like, wants to pay for stuff. I don't want to admit it.
That's crazy.
I
yeah.
admire it, but like I'm trying to be the sole.
You want to pay for.
I
stuff.
want to pay for everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. You
I'm
wanna buy her
chivalrous. I'm
things.
I'm different than all these Generation Z, Generation X, and some millennials. Like I like to pay for mortgage, power, water, light,
For sure.
internet,
Be the man.
sure.
Be the guy.
dinners
Yeah.
as often as I can, going
Male
out
provides,
vacations.
dude. That's how we
So
grew up.
that, but I do, when I know my girl can handle everything, I admire it. I don't want to admit it. Like I'm not gonna have you pay for anything.
I mean, dude, there was a time where I was going through career changes, and me and my girl were unsure, and she took She took the Bills by the ring, and she was amazing, man. And I admire the heck out of that. Will I admit it? No, because
You're admitting it now.
I am admitting it now, but it's just like at first I was like, damn, she's doing a great job of doing all this stuff.
Louie, go
Yeah,
ahead.
be a boss bitch. We really find that attractive.
Yeah, let Louie go.
Definitely.
I would say, honestly, just whenever you do like the small things, like even just cook for them.
I said that.
Well, I'm saying a specific small thing, especially when you cook for them. Like when you come home and you hear I cooked your favorite today, it shows that you're paying attention. You know what their favorite food is. You can already feel that they've been having a shitty day, probably because you've just been texting each other all day, and it's you just even going out of your way to just do something just like that, because they'll reciprocate. Just like men will go out of their way to find your favorite food. On a bad day, they'll go out, they'll get whatever you wanted to.
Not
just
all
make your day
men
better.
at all,
No.
by the way.
Yeah.
No.
Some men are just douchebags all the way.
Me-
all
You
the
can't
way.
you can't let them affect how you think about it.
Well, think about it. You can't put us onto a category, but for my answer, I think what I admire but would never admit is when my girl sticks up for me before I even say
that's
anything.
also a
Because
good one.
That's
Yeah.
a big one. That's a good one.
You're the guy. I can stick up for myself. I can defend my own battles. But when they stick up for you and say something for you,
You're like,
exactly.
I love you, girl,
Yeah,
but don't stand up for me, bitch.
All right, guys. I think that's the questions we have for tonight.
Listen, we love this Women Wine Wednesday. We want to spend more time with you ladies, honestly. We want to answer all your questions.
Part 2 coming soon. I almost
Drink
flipped you
some
off
wine
there,
with you. Relax. Talk about those male chauvinistic pigs. But please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Put some questions down below if we didn't answer them. And ladies that did give us questions, we're going to try and answer all of them on the next episode of Women Wine Wednesdays.
There were a lot of questions to go through. Sorry if we didn't get to yours.
Yeah, we picked them all in random, and we also kept it anonymous. If you do want to be shouted out, let us know, like in the comment, that you don't mind being shouted out, and we'll actually shout you out on the next episode, okay?
Yes, we will.
Thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next episode. Bing! Bing!